Guys, I got violated at my birthday dinner.
What?
Yeah.
How is that how we start?
I'm reading the
Oh,
chat.
you hadn't seen that part. No, that's why I found the picture about the cake I
Why?
was
And that's
just
where
telling
this
you about.
episode starts. That's this. See, I was worried because Seamus wasn't in the thing, and it always starts with some weird, embarrassing thing. But
And it was Tia's
Yarga, you did it for it. That was the first thing they heard.
It's like brother violated.
Yep.
And Seamus wasn't even there to watch, I hear.
It seems like somebody else needs to die because I have to fight for my brother's honor. But that aside, we have other things to do tonight because apparently it is Friday evening, and once more I must try to kill my friends because I love them.
Oh.
Did you say for honor?
I did. Are you
Their
getting
glory?
That could be.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Great. Excuse me. That's probably going to happen a bit because a head cold is being gotten over, but we're getting there. So, formally, hello, Internet. We're back.
Both of us, really.
Yeah. It's been a fun ride. My schedule has changed. My sleep schedule is normal. Things are...
What a weird concept.
It's fucking wild. In a good way. I'm still not used to normal things being normal.
Hey,
normal
Willis.
isn't your normal. Yeah. Much encouragement. The chat is popping off tonight. Thank you guys. But welcome back to the Darklands. Normally we do the who are you people, but these people have already had one game. You know these motherfuckers already. So if you don't,
During the course of several games.
If you don't, go back. Watch the other ones. They're good. We're slowly ticking down to the final round of this thing. So we're maybe en route to a big, dramatic series of finales. Finales, plural, because we have too many fucking people for one. Happens. This is what happens when I run games for all my friends because I can't say no to anyone, and now we just split up all into groups. And
they don't make rooms big enough for our nerdiness.
They can, but it'd be very loud rooms.
We'd have to get like some sort of compound.
Yes, let's make a compound.
Containment facility, if you will.
I may or may not have one of those, but that's a different game. On that note, no, in a basic game, we'd be like, do you guys remember what happened last time? You were all in different fucking places last time. This is going to be a new, wild, interesting group.
Yeah, I was in a lovely hell house.
You were in a lovely hell house. How was that for you?
Better than it went for Ash, so there's that.
That's a true statement.
And how did that make you feel?
Ooh, we can get Freudian with this.
Something mother. I don't remember.
Listen, my daddy's gonna be really proud of my adventure.
This is getting too deep already, which is wonderful. So, to get us kicked off here, let's begin at the beginning. Are you cooking? You're not cooking. That's fine. Go. Maybe. Roll20 defies me. It refuses to play music. That's fine.
It does that.
It's a jerk, and I'm hitting refresh on my stuff. So, anyway.
Oh, that won't mess anything up.
It won't mess a single thing up. I'll have to reopen
Well,
all my tabs.
Yeah. While we do that, I have only, played one game before. So do I get to count myself healed for having taken my break between adventures, or what's the?
Yes, actually. So there we go. I actually got things working. So without being too very evil, yes, you will get your hit points all cleared. You get your stress all cleared. There we go.
To hope at the start of a session?
To hope at the start of a session, and as I'm getting my stuff set up, I begin with as many fear as I have players. So that means that goes up. Just so.
Does hope carry over or no?
You get 2 to start with. If you're at more,
Okay.
it goes back down to
2.
2.
Okay.
Just because these are, in fact, one-shots.
Okay.
We've also, because you're with us, you've lost hope. So there's no left.
That is a great point.
You don't know her. It might be more accurate. There's all my stuff queued up. Great. Okay, we're good. So, you all at the guild hall here have accepted a task. The mission text on the quest board read as, "The druids of Brightmoor have had their own tricks to keep the fog at bay. Hollow Root Village has asked us for help with an unexpected problem. Be prepared for anything." Now, we had... Why is that even open? We had a certain somebody else initially signed up for this, but they're at a very fancy Bard's concert tonight and had to swap. So, I could even willingly allow that to be an in-character thing with...
Oh, that would be fun.
With Yursa having to swap from...
I was supposed to go home next week, you know?
You were. But instead, you're going to the home of Nathaniel.
But that nut boy, he really, really said he had to go see this bard.
Mm-hmm. And he also said that he would cover yours. So, you get to see where each other have come from.
Mm-hmm.
And being
Yeah, no, that's
guildmates,
way better than seeing my parents.
Mm-hmm. And being guildmates, you know each other a little bit. Probably have shared a drink or 3, probably more like 4 knowing you. And you feel pretty good about that. So instead, you have this silly druid problem.
I've been dealing with a lot of druids lately.
That's so.
No spoilers. You'll find out later.
Oh no.
Concerning.
Ask Wallace.
I'm so happy about that. So, when you sign up for this at the... Is my chat going off? It probably is.
That's Wallace.
Oh, look, it's distracting.
I'm not even looking over... Because my notes are here. My friends are here. That shit is all the way over here. All the way out of my periphery. You guys have fun in that chat, because I won't see shit. At the little guild hall, you run into somebody that you have indeed met before. A fawn. Well, some of you have met. If you were at the funeral, a guild member named Marin, a fawn, kind of a rangery type. Sit you down. Explains. Well, I'm glad that a lot of you have shown up. Thank you for joining. Thank you for jumping in to fill in, Yursa.
You know, they said bring anything we needed, so I figured I could at least do that.
It's fair enough. We don't have many details on this one. Just whatever was on the piece of paper. This arrived via Raven, because druids love communicating that way, apparently. The only thing that I have to maybe could help you with this, I know that out in Oakhart, the druids have been working on the fog problem for a long time. they've been trying to come up with different methods to keep the fog at bay. They actively do not give us many details about it because they are a secretive bunch.
Can't imagine why.
I honestly
I'm
can't.
from Oakheart, actually. Well, sort of, kind of.
Sort of, kind of.
I mean, we came from the Feywild originally, but kind of settled there, and the Queen Morgana was kind enough to let my people be refugees, so I'm familiar with the area.
That's good. Well, you'll be going to a place called Hollow Root Village, which Marin is not saying, but you know. You have not actually been to this particular village before. Oakheart is the main settlement, kind of the big druidic. You wouldn't really call it a city, but in scale and size, it might as well be. But there are villages scattered throughout, and this one is kind of a little to like the north and west, so it's kind of close to where the fog wall would be. Kind of close to the edge. Not encroaching into it, but close enough to be, it sounds like, playing with ways to hold it back.
And they're not sharing anything about what they're doing?
Not a stitch. They've always been a secretive bunch. Their tricks have been kind of a trademark of how they've survived so far. I'm not sure if they're concerned with subterfuge or like undermining if the cult were to get involved, or maybe they just don't trust outsiders. But no, we've got nothing. And our group is probably the foremost of people combating the fog of any other group or nation. And they've told us nothing.
I'll see if I can take good notes while we're there. Sure.
Maybe they're just socially awkward.
I mean,
A lot of people that I know from Oakheart are socially awkward.
Huh.
A lot of people like me are socially awkward from Oakheart. I don't know about.
seem fine to me. I think we'll get along great. Also, Shay really likes me too. Okay, maybe that's not true, but I like Shay. She seems pretty cool. She's got cool armor.
Good to see that you're all bonding. Well, gather whatever you need. Better get out there. Didn't he just kind of almost? Do you stop him?
No, not to stop him.
Okay, and he would just wander out of the room, looking like he's got a lot of other administrative nonsense to do.
Surely. I don't have any health potions currently, and if the druids are practicing, new and untested ways to hold back the fog and are close to a fog zone, I imagine they could potentially use some extra healing, or that we could in the process of helping. You think they sell those here at the guild, or do I have to go somewhere else?
So here's how we're going to handle this. Did you start your previous thing with a health potion? And then you used it? Let's just say probably yes. If you did, you may replenish the thing.
Okay.
For the most part, because these are one-shot adventures, we're not going to deal a lot with the upkeep of gold and other things, because we're just going to get right to it, and it's probably going to be over by the end of the night. So if you had a potion, health or stamina, I think it's stamina? The
I
thing
have a
that
stamina.
eliminates stress.
Yeah.
If you have that, then that's what you chose. So you don't get a health potion. You get your stamina potion.
Got it. Okay, but it has a charge. It's not gone, and I'll remember
Mhm.
that it's active. Oh, I see. Okay,
Mhm.
cool. That's all. That's be the only thing she wanted to maintain. So.
All right. Anyone else have anything before you set off? Crickets. That pun is intended.
Excuse you?
Considered myself excused. So the trip out to the Oakheart region is... Let's do some of this instead. The trip out to the Oakheart region is not terrible. You were in the Emberheart region, and that kind of shares a border with the Oakheart stuff. So you have to use the normal method that is common for getting around in the Darklands, which is getting into a boat and sailing around all of the bad shit. There are roads far enough close to the coastline that they are largely remaining away from notable bad spots. The roads are generally considered safe, but it is a longer walk. You can, however, use horses and such to alleviate that, and they are provided to you. The travel expenses that the guild do are fairly robust. As such, you have several days of travel together. You all kind of know each other a little bit already. Nothing staggering. You at least know of each other and what the others have done in their previous adventures. Do you think there would be any crosstalk or getting to know each other between, or not? Would it be quiet?
They would not be quiet. Ursa would prattle endlessly unless told otherwise. I mean, just all sorts of things. Tell me about your life. I heard your last adventure. She would go on. There would not be silence unless somebody were like, okay, enough with the talking.
What? Let's see.
Not that I think anybody in this room would tell her to shut up.
No.
So, the hue of your skin. What causes that, you think? Because, like, I've got some similar bit of green, but my green is different than your green, and I think mine is primarily due to, like, some sort of photosynthesis type reaction within my body, but you seem to not enjoy that. I'm just very curious. I've met so
Well-
many interesting things that aren't people like me, and I feel like, I don't know, I've never really seen.
Soft green skin? Yeah, no, I think,
No, yeah, mine's
know,
hard. Look.
does it, can she tap on his keratin? Go click,
Yeah,
click.
please.
Incredible. That's so cool. No, I used to eat a
Yours is
lot of
very,
green
like-
stuff.
me too.
Like spinach and stuff, and
Dandelions mostly, a little bit of leaves here and there, oak leaves preferably.
we mostly made dandelions into wine, actually. But
Oh.
yeah, it's very good. I recommend it. But I think
Never
maybe if
drank
anything,
any
caused
alcohol.
mine. Is she like never none? Oh, we could
No.
fix that. I'm certain I have
No.
a flask.
I'm like 3 years
You
old,
do.
so
Well, I mean, you're an adventurer, right?
I am that.
If you're old enough to adventure, you're old enough to drink.
I'm okay with logic.
She'll perhaps a flagon of some sort of spirit would be more reasonable for her. But
Oh, you
She'll
definitely
open it
brought
up.
those.
smell it and offer it to you. This is good. I love this. It's my favorite. I used to make it myself, but now I just buy it. You didn't touch it.
God, why does it burn so much?
That's the alcohol part. That's what makes your brain feel silly afterwards.
Oh God, it only makes my throat feel like I drank fire.
We could mix it with something to make it easier. You know, for like the young for the young orcs, we often will like part water, part beer. This is a bit stronger than beer.
So, while you were dealing with the cat over there, with your mic, is Shay remaining silent for this exchange here? Is she just watching this happen?
Yeah.
So, to be clear, traveling through the dark, spooky woods, the warrior is basically prattling on and having a great time. The sorcerer is like the first time Jiminy Cricket gets drunk.
I think that's racist.
I don't know why, but I feel offended.
Good. You should feel offended.
Look at that menace.
This is going to be a problem all day. That's fine. But, tail of my face or no, I can work around you, cat. You're not bothering me. That's what I thought.
Window time. Oh, shit.
She's fine.
Oh, shit. How am I going to block her on my fucking computer? Nah, fuck.
You don't.
Oop. And there it goes.
And you broke your webcam.
Yep.
Hey, at least it didn't break the overlay. That's fun.
Ooh.
I don't know what happened.
You back? You're not back. You're going to need to fix that.
Nope. Yep, I know.
Streams and technical difficulties.
God damn it.
Friday the 13th, says Seamus.
Mm-hmm. It is.
Yeah, the cat's got the gremlin vibe.
She is.
She says, the 13th, watch this.
Yeah.
You'll probably need to change your Discord settings, that's all. But, so, to keep on, the adventure is, it's kind of lighthearted to start with. It's pretty simple. The woods, the sounds of nature, it's all very easy to forget how crappy that everything can be. Every once in a while, there is the odd sound in the woods that could be something. But for whatever reason,
Ursa's quite intent on like the safe travel. I mean, she's familiar with this. She's getting the little guy drunk, but she's just gonna have a drink with him and not get drunk herself. Although I'm certain that it would be poor manners to not to drink some with him. But to the best of her ability, after doing so, you know, she would still be mindful. She talks, she chats, but it's because this is how she lives. And so, you know, it's just another day for her.
it is. The road is what you understand. It's not a terribly great length of time. A couple of days. You spend a couple of nights on the road.
Just for, because apparently everybody's cameras decided to have a fun little time. I am here. I am not.
you're here. It just looks
I
like
am
you
not
left.
Burrito blanket. No, I am here. I am just figuring out why I
Friday the
died.
13th, guys.
Woo!
What happened?
His camera froze.
He turned into a burrito.
It froze when I bent down and I turned into a burrito blanket. That's what happened.
As long as you can hear what's going on, we're good. If
Yeah,
you
I
can-
thought you had wandered off but had your headset. And I was like, well, I guess.
Not even a
I
little.
assumed the same thing.
Okay. No, I hear. I'm not a burrito. I swear.
I would allow you to play a burrito, just for the record.
Oh, is that why you have green patches?
It's the habanero. Anyway,
I think what happened was my my USB card just shit the bed. So there's
You
that.
know what?
Anyway,
If it's radio dusk, then it's great. I'm all right with that.
Live from the Lost Woods.
This is actually what happens when you get a fairy drunk. They turn into a burrito.
They're just
I'm invisible.
They're just
Oh,
invisible.
yeah.
You got even smaller.
There's some wild magic afoot.
There absolutely fucking
Oh.
is.
Oh,
Yeah,
there it
that's
is.
is.
kind of
Hey.
Hello.
Hey, there we go. Okay.
I love
Uh,
the internet. It's so fucking much.
Whoa!
And somehow it somehow managed to make you sound both like a bug and like the bug was on helium.
Good.
And somehow
Okay.
my overlay survived all of this, so at least that's good.
Good. Whew, good time.
Build Fjord tough. All right.
Built Fjord.
I love it.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So, after a couple of nights traveling through the woods, getting to know each other, well, two of you getting to know each other and and one of you remaining
You could have a drink too. She
pointedly
certainly would have
mysterious.
offered.
I don't recommend it. It burns your throat.
It's not that bad.
I'm good.
So, better question. There's a point where through the woods we're crossing over from the Emberwatch area, the very human mercantile area, into the region of Oakheart, the druid area. What is Shay's reaction to this? What is she putting out there to everybody else?
Like, what's the vibe she's kind of giving off to everyone else?
Yep.
Something akin to I can't say dread, maybe some kind of anticipation. And well, Ursa and the others are talking. She's just kind of like, she just seems really, really lost in thought. Like, a bit too intensely. Like, there's, like, almost like she's... kind of gone back in time inside her head. Like, something's reminded her of something.
Is she okay? She seems very pensive.
Well, we could ask her, but she was always kind of quiet unless she was like working. Last time I was on a job with her.
Oh, you've been on a job together before?
Yeah. Shay, we've worked together.
We've
Shay,
once before.
she was incredible. You should have seen her taking people out with the sniper shots from the ceiling. We were down in this pit. It was so cool. It was just like arrows falling out of people, them falling off buildings. It was very impressive. You're very lucky to have her on your team today.
I mean, that sounds very exciting. I read one of the other teams dealt with some, like, bug-like creatures, and it kind of made me miss home a little bit. But I don't think they enjoyed them as much as... They seemed more scared of them than I... Anyway, it's unimportant. I
You
miss
don't
home.
seem particularly intimidating. Not that I mean to be rude or anything.
Oh, no, I try not to be. I try to be as friendly as possible. A lot of people don't like my face, though, so there's that.
Oh, mine either.
I change it a lot when I'm in places with lots of people, just to kind of help get by.
You change yours? With like makeup and magic?
Magic, yes, not makeup, no. I don't think makeup would work very well. I think I'd still have this general shape.
At the mention of home, Shay will actually look at you and be like, and what brought you so far from home?
Oh, well, I don't know. I've only heard the histories from my family. Um, we used to live in the Feywild,
Hmm.
and then there was like this cataclysm and the fog and everything. Mostly, I think. Well, here and
Dusk will pull out a large like tooth, like that's as big as his forearm, but he like keeps it.
whatever this came from, um, drove a lot of my family through doorways, portals, whatever you want to call it, to where we ended up being in Oakhart. And then when we came here, we just kind of got stuck. So I've never actually seen where my great, 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 my older family is from.
A side question
Can
very
I
quickly.
can I take a look at that?
Sure. It's it's all I have to remember my family by, so please don't break it.
Shay will take the. It's a tooth. You said.
I think it's a tooth.
Mm.
I was always told it was a tooth. I guess it's like bone like. I've never really checked. I just
You
but
said it's the size of his forearm. How big is he, though? Like, what can you reference? Okay, thank you.
He's like, I don't know, like 3 foot tall. Let me see if I have actual written down the actual
Okay,
size. I think I
I
did.
just knew he was
He's
small,
I'm
but I
4 foot.
wasn't sure.
I'm four
Okay,
feet tall. So like,
okay, that's
I mean,
still
it's a
quite
good sized tooth.
a decently sized tooth for sure. Yeah.
Does it look like it? Storyteller question, maybe. Does the tooth look like it has any type of like, well, tooth, if it is one, like any type of rot about it? Like it was from like a shadow creature?
So that's a great question. Let's do our first roll of the evening. I'm going to say that is probably, so you're inspecting something, but this is more of a recall thing, I would say.
Okay.
But it also is a perception thing. So I'm going to say you can use whichever is your stronger stat, either instinct or knowledge. Hope and fear are on the table.
Instinct or knowledge? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And Shay is an alchemist. She's seen all kinds of like different reagents and stuff. Would she kind of can I use that sort of experience to
If you want
kind
to
of
spend your hope to add +2 to it, you absolutely can, yeah.
yeah roll not
And there should be a little thing is add +2. Or we'll just add +2 to whatever pops out. It's probably easier than fiddling
okay.
with the machine. So that is a 13
That is
with fear,
fear.
on Friday the
Yep.
13th and blah ha 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 words.
I
Okay.
see that
Mm.
happening a lot. The deck is against us today.
Maybe,
Mm.
perhaps. But a 13 is not actually that bad of a roll. So you look at this thing that supposedly killed lots of Fae. You look for rot like it's a shadow creature or something like that, and you actively do not find that. You know what you'd be looking for. So if it was present, you would be able to detect it, but it is specifically not present. In its place, you notice a couple of little spots around the edge of the fang. You kind of get the idea that this is indeed not just a tooth, but a fang from a predator of some type. Honestly, even though this little gremlin's running around, you kind of do get the idea that it would be from like a large cat. is probably just eyeballing at your guess, and you see maybe of the I wouldn't necessarily say like the saber tooth variety, but it's a pretty big canine. And right along the edge of the inside, where would be the edge, the inner edge, the cutting, tearing part of the tooth.
The point of the tooth?
No, the backside, where it would stab in and
Oh,
pull and cut,
okay.
is this tiny line, single line of what appears to be frost. Still.
According to Elderbug, it ate hundreds, if not thousands, of our kind before they decided to flee. But the story's been a little muddled. We don't live very long, and as far as I know, it was many generations ago. Um, I was chosen to carry it with me because, well, when I first kind of got my ability, I could feel something with it that it kind of thrums, it kind of resonates with me. I don't know why yet. That's part of the reason that I'm here, amongst other reasons, but I thought that if anybody was going to solve this mystery, it would have to be me, because no one in my family seems to care or lives long enough to try, so.
How long have you been holding on to this tooth?
Let's see, I'm like 3 years now. Maybe 2. That time is weird.
She's running her thumb along the back of the point of the tooth where that line of frost is. And it's
If it's like with your open finger, it's just a little bit noticeably cold. It doesn't. There isn't an alchemical thing that you know that would do that, and you're pretty knowledgeable on the matter.
According to Elderbug, it's good actually that maybe the gates between worlds have closed, because that means that it can't get here as much as we can't get there, so silver linings.
How old is Elderbug? They sound very wise.
He's like 10 years old. It's crazy. He's lived
Wow.
forever.
Shay will carefully hand the tooth back.
Thank you. I appreciate you taking care.
And if I could ask one more question, I don't mean to be rude. I don't know very much.
I love questions. They're my favorite thing to do.
How many generations do you think are between you and Elderbug? I know you counted your great ancestors,
Oh,
but
well, me, Elderbug, and I are only about 3 generations apart.
okay.
But the great, the first settlers from the Feywild are at least 10 generations of us.
See.
I will say we do reproduce quickly and in large numbers, so it gets a bit confusing at times, but overall, we find that it's necessary, because we tend to be prey for a lot of things.
Well, for that last part, I was going to say it sounds like you live a lot of life, but I imagine it's a little scary being prey.
Well, it would be, but I think that our brains are actually designed to not have fear or something to that similar. At least for me, I feel weird because a couple weeks ago or months ago, I don't recall the time frame. It's very short, but also, I digress. The point is that I fought a crazy zombie lady thing, and that should have scared me more than it did, but I was just like, here we are.
Well, it means that you're a great companion to have on this journey. I mean, if you're not scared when things are frightening, then you're all the more powerful, right? That seems like an invaluable skill.
Well, according to Elderbug, I was a disgrace to the species and had to leave because I was weird. So, maybe, but also maybe not. I don't know. Things around here with people like you are a lot different than back home with my people, and I don't miss that part of it, but I do miss just being around my brothers and sisters.
While you're talking there, Dusk, give me... What would be your better stat? It'd probably be a knowledge check.
Compared
Knowledge
to what?
Compared to instinct.
Instinct is my better stat.
Do that. Give me an instinct roll. Take
Nice.
your hope.
Hey.
Take your hope.
Sweet.
As you can
I
probably
did.
hear in the background, while you've been talking, the storm has cropped up. It's not particularly pleasant. It does begin raining, and you are pretty close to your destination at this point. There's been days of conversation and talking. With an 18, when you kind of cross the threshold into the line of storm, you pick up on something. That little instinctual sorcerer's trait you have that detects magic. This is a natural anomaly, for sure. This does not feel like the simple pressure and build-up and release that a normal storm would have. It feels like you crossed a line, and once you were there, the storm happened.
So, yeah, like I was... Oh, wait. Something's wrong. Or not. Something's
Is this
different.
going to damage your wings? He has wings, right? I'm crazy.
He does.
I do
Great.
have wings, yes, but they're kind of like folded up under a cloak.
Okay.
I don't think this storm is natural. I think it's...
Well, it's water falling from the sky. What's not natural about that?
It doesn't feel right. It feels different. I'm very used to being in storms. This feels... I don't...
Like this was conjured.
Okay.
It feels like... It just feels like, it shouldn't be here.
You think it's toxic?
No, maybe. Drink it. Maybe. Does it burn your throat like the liquid you have?
She does. She sticks her
Maybe.
tongue out to catch some rain.
Oh no, how do I... It tastes...
And that's how she died.
And that's how she died.
Sad.
No, she died.
Oh, the 15 things came... should I make something strange crawl out of her head now?
She died and she lived drinking weird liquids.
No, wait, I already literally
Living
did.
every moment.
I literally did that to her in the last episode of Demos that we had, so I can't do it again.
Yeah, come on, I need something scarier than that. You've already been there with me.
We've already been there. We gotta do this. It feels like normal. To you're not real into all this magic stuff. You are a warrior. You know the world, you know the wind, you know the rain, and you've experienced this many, many times, and you cannot detect whatever he is detecting.
It tastes like rain to me, but I mean, if you sense something, I imagine you're right.
My little antennae are twitching around and like going all over the place.
How was the weather when we started this trip? Up until this moment.
The weather in the Darklands is always like kind of dark and dreary on the gloomy side.
Foggy.
Moist.
Fortunately, not that foggy. When it gets foggy, it's really, really bad. But it's always at least a little dark. It's generally understood that the place is just kind of cursed. Is the vibe. So it always has, even on the nicest of days, feels like a nice day in Transylvania. But
But I would assume before it naturally storms, there'd be like you could smell the rain coming.
Wind blowing it in.
Yeah, and there was no warning.
there was a single flow of wind and then rain. Pretty quickly after each other. It's like it could almost pass as normal. It was just
Alright.
faster than normal.
It feels kind of magical in a way.
How close are we to our target location?
Pretty close.
You think it's like a magical no soliciting sign?
I would not doubt that.
I mean, it's
Yes.
just regular rain, but like, it did come on pretty fast. I could see it being. You guys could do stuff like that with magic, right? Can like start a fire, probably make it rain, right?
I mean, I can kind of do stuff like that, but I don't really do. I mean, like, I don't think I could change the weather yet. I mean, essentially, maybe sometime, someday.
With the debate and everything. You guys keep on.
Doesn't seem to hurt. I'd be willing to keep walking in it or traveling
There
in it.
is no pain, and there does not seem to be any creatures lurking in the woods coming for you or anything like that.
As far as like, so nothing in the woods. As far as like the survival skills of this, tracks, the road, everything looks generally normal. Otherwise,
Mm-hmm. Keeping
I
on.
think it's probably fine. It's probably fine to keep going as long as you don't mind getting wet.
I don't love it, but I mean, this is the way we gotta go.
Or so like, try and offer to hold up a little thing for you. She's like, did you want me to like?
Oh, that's quite nice. Thank you.
I'd be worried about you getting sick. or
And
something.
my wings will like flutter to get the wetness off a little bit.
It works. I figured you have those little things that, like, over top of your wings. It was always in my head. You have those little things that, like, Cell has that are over his wings. The little, like,
That's kind of how.
chitin.
Yeah, that's kind of how I thought about it too.
Yeah. I understand you.
Yeah, we understand.
We understand. So, weirdly, it's not really a deeply wooded path when you guys start seeing lights approach, like, heralding the end of your little journey towards the place called Hollow Root Village. It seems like it's been raining here a bit. There's a few figures walking around. Torches are up. It's a lot of very naturally designed structures, obviously. Like the thatched roofs is the most predominant structure. Kind of a all around of species, although it's really hard to kind of tell because everybody has these dark green, like olive, essentially cloaks with the hoods up. Everything seems to be a hooded figure. Sometimes you're passing people that have like torches. Sometimes they're like staves that have the end of them just aglow. Every little person has a little point of light with them in this generally dark place. Rain's coming down pretty good.
Does the city or this like village layout seem to be guiding us deeper in towards like a central area, or is it kind of sprawl?
That seems to be more sprawl than central area. As with most druid things, there looks like there is, in the center, as one would expect, one big tree. All good. You do what you need to. There's one big tree in the center, like an old oak. It looks like there's a small little hall beneath it. Kind of open pillars. Kind of like akin to if you made a thatched roof version of like a pavilion that you'd run into at like your local park in the modern day. Tables lined under it. Little fire pit in the back.
If nobody else suggests anything, the place that looks like it might be serving food and or have people is definitely where Ursa would be making her way.
Okay.
I'm happy to follow.
You guys make it under the... You're fine. It's cool. It's all just like issues like all day. It's the Friday the 13th game. It's great. You make it under basically the pavilion. The like you first time that you're dry and like you're not dry, but your first time you're not actively being rained on in probably about 2 hours straight. It's not really that cold. It's kind of temperate, which is a nice change. You don't feel like you're gonna like catch cold or anything, but it's definitely uncomfortable. Couple people under there. There's like 1 or 2 people eating as if you would see if you just walked into a tavern. But in the back, there's like a fire pit in an old style cauldron, and people like 1 or 2 of these hooded like olive green robed figures. Now with the hoods cast back because they're out of the rain. And there looks like there's a woman that is like ladling out big things of like steaming stew in Ursa, because you are exactly who you are. You kind of, and it's this like thick beef stew that every orcish part of you just come like there is no rest of the world right now. There is
Just floating towards the smell on the theme like a cartoon is Ursa. Like, oh yeah, bet you smell that?
if you head over, she doesn't even hesitate and just like hands you a bowl. It's got a big spoon in it. You look down and it is floating in a broth, like chunks of meat like this big, potatoes, a couple of green things in there. It's wonderful.
This is the best thing I've seen in weeks.
Welcome, dear.
Thanks.
What? I can't help. Travelers are more than welcome, but I can't help but notice you're definitely not from here. What brings you here? And she gets like the next bowl ready. And if either of the other 2 of you are stepping up, you're gonna get food served to you.
Thank you. Do you have any with no meat?
I could pick the meat out of yours if you want.
She like passes the stew over to probably Shay, who is just there as well, and starts getting something that is just broth and looks like
Root vegetables.
Yeah, a lot of root vegetables. So you do get your vegetarian stew. It would be a really weird druid place if they didn't. What brings you here?
I think that you guys did. Did you ask for help from the guild?
Her eyes kind of flash and immediately like looks over all of you kind of quickly. Little more interest than just random handing out of food. You're from the guild. Wonderful. It would be me that sent for you. My name is Eldeven. And this is my town. This is our settlement.
really lovely. Does it always rain like this, though? I guess it makes the stew really nice, though.
It does not always rain like this. Might be, might be what you're here to handle.
Well, he just said he can't change the weather with magic.
I've tried.
The
But
strongest
I mean,
of us can.
oh.
Would you care to give us more detail?
The short version is that we've been tasked with holding out the fog, and she hands you another thing of stew. Getting like a one for herself, as the line basically was like one person before you and you guys. So once you're served, everybody else is kind of off by themselves, and it's just the four of you, like basically standing in the corner of this pavilion, this open public space, talking. We've been tasked with finding ways to keep the fog back. We're not terribly close to the fog line, but when the wind shifts, sometimes it can head this way. We've had one or two incursions, and those were not very pleasant. So, we went and set up wards to specifically prevent anything of a magical nature from passing through. I should be more specific. Not necessarily passing through. It should have nullified any kind of magic. And we're assuming that the fog is of magical nature, as it has magical effects. Flaya. Go. It's fine. My cat has already been featured 3 times in this because she's a gremlin. She kind of looks down, like takes a few mouthfuls of stew, kind of warm herself back up. Everything seemed to be working for quite a while, several months, and then the weather has been increasingly sporadic. I sent 1 or 2 druids out to check the woods. They never came back. And it was probably for the best that I sent for you. I don't want to lose many more people to the woods.
For me to unmute temporarily.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Well, how can we start helping you? I suppose. What do you think that we can provide for you on this?
Well, whatever's going on out there, we would prefer it be dealt with. I'm not really sure what's happening, and we tried to handle it ourselves, and 2 people didn't come back, so generally
So
in
we
this
just go
situation,
find out? I'm pretty good at that.
Specifically.
our wards are set up to the northwest of here. And she kind of like goes like one of these and gives you like a cardinal direction. The main line of them are that way. It is at the edge of the woods where most of our wards were set up. As the rain track loops again.
If we find that the wards have been destroyed or something more has happened, Do you have the means to reestablish them?
We should, yes.
Will they nullify my magic?
If it is magical in nature, there's a high possibility.
Hmm.
Do you have a sword? I could teach you to use a sword.
No. I'll be fine, I guess.
I can protect you. She got like 2 swords strapped to her back, with like a bowl of soup. She's like, yeah, I got this.
I got my stick.
I don't often take pleasure in. Well, never mind. This is a horror game. This is supposed to be unnerving, but just a little like. I see Matt look to the left and like look at his character sheet. Like, what do I? Oh no! Tiny bits of joy there.
Maybe I'll sharpen my staff. It might be best.
Should always have a pointed end on your walking stick in case things happen.
That happened to one of my brothers, though, and now he's blind in one eye.
One of his compound eyes. Many deaths of Dusk's family.
You make it real easy to stay on track today, guys.
Yep. I'm afraid there's not really much more to relay to you. I apologize. That's the whole story. I think there were 1 or 2 people around that experienced some kind of weirdness, but
If I could just clarify, how long had it been raining like this when your scouts went out? Or your missing people went out?
it's been a couple of weeks.
Okay. And they've
It's been
been
raining
gone.
for a couple of weeks.
Yes.
So a couple of weeks since the first wards. And then how long ago some people left and haven't returned? Sorry.
The scouts went out the first day.
So, okay.
We sent the Raven out not long after the scouts disappeared. And you, as a character, would realize they pretty much sent for help almost immediately. And all of that extra time in between was literally travel time for a message to get there and you to make it here.
Okay.
Which is, it feels like in our modern age of like vehicles and everything that's a pretty long time, but in universe you would realize your response time's actually pretty good.
So there's a chance that they're waiting out the storm somewhere if they don't know that it's not stopping. Is that? This is a kind of a world question. Is there a way in that? I don't know if that's a potential take
Looking
here.
around, rain is far from the worst thing to travel in.
Sure.
Most people are pretty hardy. They wouldn't wait for weeks to wait out a rainstorm.
Even with lightning? Okay, no, that's fair. All right. I'm on track.
Have you felt this rain to be different? Because when I first crossed into it, it feels wrong to me.
It is definitely off. There. I probably, if given enough time, could make a ritual that would do this. I did not. And this was not an intended outcome.
Is there any way that this is related to your work with the fog?
It's very possible. But in going to test, people have not returned. So
I see.
we decided to err on the side of caution.
Ursa looks for the first time, perhaps, as though she's thought of saying something, thought better of it, and looks to the two of you instead. Says, well, my stew's almost gone, so I could be ready soon. Just like shoveling the stuff.
Is there anyone else that familiar with the this type of? I'm not well versed in the natural magics of things like this. Is there anyone else of your persuasion that has maybe any other insight into what could be causing this?
Our village is not very big. There, including myself, there's maybe 3 or 4 of us total. And the rest of the people here are what one would consider to be support staff or just people trying to keep the village together. People who have like true power to attempt these experiments are rare. And 2 of them, which I worked with to start this, did not come back. I don't believe if there was another, I haven't seen them since this started.
Well, thank you. I'm sorry for your loss.
And Dusk is gonna kind of look at the 2 of you to be like, is that what I'm supposed to say in this? Is that like the normal thing that people say?
Is this how I person?
You could still be out there. No, yeah. I think that we're probably well suited to help you with this. And yeah, I'm sorry about your friends.
If there's any chance that we do find their bodies, do you want us
How
to
can
bring
we-
back
Oh.
something?
In normal circumstances, I would say the traditional thing to do would be to burn them, ensure that the fog cannot do anything to them. But in this case, perhaps.
If they get back up and start attacking us, no reason I ask, but it has happened recently.
If
Would
that
you want
happens,
us-
you know what to do.
Okay, just wanted to make sure. Thank you.
These are the times
Probably.
we live in.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. And you all, I assume, at least gather
northwest.
to the edge of the little pavilion, still out of the rain, to figure out what you're going to do.
Yes. Out of earshot if we can manage.
Yep. She's going back to serving people food. And there's low conversations. And there's a couple of people and like looking over like at you for a minute. And there's newcomers. Are they from the guild? Your presence is beginning to be noticed. Not hostile, but druids are notoriously a secretive bunch.
I have a DM question. It's kind of a 2-parter.
Cool. Let's see
Number
what we
one.
can do.
Number 1, would Dusk know, being magical, if sharpening the end of his stick would ruin it or damage it in some way?
You can effectively know that is not the case whatsoever. You could totally do it and you'd still be fine.
Second question. How would I use that as a weapon where I'm not set up to use pokey stick as attack?
We'll figure it out on the fly.
Okay, that's kind of what I was thinking, but
Yep.
I thought I'd just preface.
Okay.
Prepare yourself.
I will also say, in this weird situation, you are a thing of magic. And I would say you would have a very good understanding of yourself, how your magic functions at all times, and you've been alerted that there may be something akin to what us old D&D players might be thinking of as an anti-magic field.
I knew you were going to say that word, and I don't like that word when I'm playing a sorcerer.
That's because I think that's what you're thinking, is why I'm bringing that term up, because we're familiar with it. And I will say that because your character is aware that that's kind of thing might be a possibility, if you feel that sort of change to yourself where your, let's say, your juice isn't working, I will let you know.
Ah, okay.
Because you would
I'm
be
that.
you would be paying attention to that attentively.
Very much. Yeah.
And that won't even be a roll, you'll just know. Also, I think you just have a trait to detect magic, so if you detect the magic of yourself and just go, then, yeah,
I do have a,
know.
yeah, I do sense magic around me at all times, so.
You still sense that your toes in your pieces of your body that you can see are still, in fact, fully functioning magical.
And quite muddy.
And quite muddy, because you can't fly that good in this rain.
Yeah, and once we hit the rain, the wings were stowed very permanently at this point.
All right, so what are you guys doing?
I'll defer to you two, but I can't see any reason why we would stay around here. It doesn't seem like we're going to get a lot more information than what we've already been given.
What time of the day is it?
You look out.
If there's any way to figure that
It is
out.
very pointedly indiscernible rain o'clock. You are vaguely aware that it should be sometime like after midday, but you couldn't tell. It could be midnight as far as you can tell here. But you think it should be sometime around after midday. Environment excluded, if there were such things as watches. So do you guys just head off, or?
They said there were, I mean, they said there were a couple of people who maybe had some information here in town, but I don't know if that's worth pursuing considering the attention we're already drawing just for being, like, visitors. I don't know that tracking down, like, an individual druid or two is going to give us a lot of good information.
I kind of thought that she meant that the people that would know more about it were the people that didn't come back.
Oh. It's possible. So I was eating.
That's fair. You chew very loudly.
Yeah. It's so that everybody knows how much I like their food. It's considered a high compliment.
Oh.
That is actually
You
accurate.
see Dust pull a notebook out and jot that down very quickly.
It's good manners.
Just gonna be something by the end of the season where yours and Dusk are just eating together, just full hum vom vom vom, just as loud as possible, and everyone's like, "What's going on?"
I'm gonna teach Dusk in universe, in character, to eat like one of those cats who nom 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 while they attack their bowl.
That's what you're gonna hear.
It's gonna be really weird with mandibles. Just saying.
Yeah.
No, I'm excited.
There's already little clicks and scrapes.
Yeah, I healed.
You have to keep in mind, like, Dusk has been kind of shunned from his own people for being weird and different, and you're also green, so this kind of, like, there is more of a bond than you're realizing, just so you're aware.
That's amazing.
You realizing that you, as he writes that down, you realize you may have just been adopted.
Neat.
So, what are we doing?
Heading out.
Heading out.
Did you finish your stew?
Shay got anything she wants to do?
No.
Okay.
I would say she's pretty much eager to get this job done and over with.
That seems awfully fair.
I did finish my stew. There was like this big, kind of brown, chunky thing in there that was very tasty.
I see. Yeah, I think if you learn to like those things, maybe it'll be good. I really like those.
I need
Brown
a
chunky
reaction roll from Dusk right now. I need a survive. I need an so this is a reaction check specifically is where hope and fear are out the window. I will not gain fear. You will not gain hope. Just give me an instinct check real fast because this is deeply important to me. Only the total is 11. That is above the 10. So technically, you have rolled high. You have. Ooh, this could mean a lot of things in a horror game. You, little insect man, suddenly realize that you have eaten meat on accident, eaten the flesh of a living creature, and you have also realized that you kind of liked it.
Yeah, it was really salty and chewy and kind of like warm, but not hot, but like
Have you
it made
never
me.
have you never eaten meat before?
No, I was always told by Elderbug and Elderbug and Elderbug that those of us that do consume the flesh of other animals start to crave it in an unhealthy way sometimes, and so we always kind of avoided it.
I mean, I crave it pretty good, but I just think it tastes really good. I'm sure you'll be fine. It's never hurt somebody I knew before. You're an adventurer. I'm sure you're capable of controlling yourself.
Sure. I don't even know where you get meat from. I just know what it's called. I just know not to eat it and ask to not have it. I don't know where it comes from.
What could I have?
Freya
Is
is
that
beautiful.
meat? Oh,
Technically, yes, that is
Technically,
meat.
yes. You could eat this. It's the wrong Springfield. Well, meat comes from lots of things. We'll teach you all about it later. You should learn to hunt.
I'm going to
so
say
you can get your
that
own.
this explanation is occurring
As we
as
go.
you guys are walking.
yeah.
Because
I mean,
there's something that you're encountering as you're having this fun conversation. You start heading out in the way that the druid lady pointed. And you're talking about meat, and Dusk may or may not be coming to the realization that they may have consumed something that was once alive. And the beginnings of like how the whole like cattle industry functions in universe, and that they keep these things just to kill them, and all the moral ramifications of that are just slowly starting to sink in when Dusk, with his arcane focused mind, is very quickly distracted because you are walking out of town. Well, the circle of thatched roof houses, and headed towards you can kind of see off in the woods the direction where the woods lay, where the wards apparently were. And then Dusk, you feel a little bit of a tingle, not the tingle of loss of magic or anything like that. This is not the thing that you were paying attention for, but it is exactly as it was when you first crossed the threshold of into the rain the first time. It's the same feeling, this little thrum of magical disturbance. And that's good timing. The rain stops completely. And you can
Like I
see
said, I would.
in the distance there's a glow.
I more on the like. I would love to grow meat. However it is grown. Oh wait, actually, that feels weird again. We're not in the weird rain stuff anymore, but I don't. That looks not normal.
That what?
Yeah, that.
That's visible for everybody? Or just
Yep.
him?
Storm is localized. Curious.
Do you think the druids are just really sad?
Aww. Well, maybe we'll find their friends and they'll be cheered up again. And the rain will stop. Sorry, the look on your face, Yarga.
If only the world was such a positive place. I'm sorry, my face does not have a filter.
It's perfectly appropriate not only for you, but also for your character.
I think it's just you seeing the glow. I
No,
don't think
that
you're
is
sensing
fully
that.
visible for everybody. You walk out
Yeah.
of the woods, and then all of a sudden, you like pass through a curtain. You look behind you, the rain is right there. It's like a wall. You are suddenly dripping, but not being rained upon anymore. And it is a little warm of a night, but that odd glow coming from the woods is very clear. It is, as shown in this little image that I've made here, it is pulsing. And a very not normal nor natural color.
Either that's really concerning. A little bit of rain, I mean, I think that's pretty normal, but
Is this in the direction of the ward we were told of?
That is the woods in front of you, spoken of.
I will, since it's not raining here, I'm gonna flutter my wings to dry off a little bit and then take flight.
Do be careful.
I mean, I intend to be. I find that if I get a higher vantage point, sometimes I can see more.
So, we're going to get you your higher vantage point. But, as far as time goes, this is probably a perfect moment for us to take our break. You guys, if you like, can strategize a little bit. And we can get started with that real soon. But it seems like the mystery that you are looking for is upon you. So,
Dun, dun.
it'll be fine.
it'll be fine. Everything's going to be fine. Nothing could go wrong. What could possibly go wrong?
Tune in next time on Dragon Ball Z.
In about 10 minutes or so. So, we'll see you
We're
soon.
done.
But, minds open.
Butts jokes when he said
You're
Seymour or whatever.
No Seymour Butts
You're
jokes.
welcome.
Thank you for
I was
everything.
very grown.
We're very grown-up people, for sure.
That's right.
We
That's
are
me.
the most grown-up people we know.
I'm so grown up they had to cut me off at 5'4" because if I had grown up anymore, I would have been too powerful.
It
I
would
think
have
that's
been
how
the
that
end of
works.
the rest of us bitches.
We back. Welcome
Hello.
back. So, our wonderful adventurous party has, where's my spooky music? There we are. Walked to the other side of a rainstorm. And it looks like...
Can I? Sorry.
Hit me. Go.
No, I honestly, I just wanted to say that, like, this is a completely not in character or related thing, but I love, it's Friday the 13th. I'm with my buddies, and I've got this, like, horror blanket that I'm wrapped in, and I'm playing a sweet fucking game, and I'm just so happy right now. I just wanted to say that because I thank you, my friend. It is awesome, and I appreciate it.
Great success.
Yeah.
It pleases me. Pleases me greatly. So, if I remember correctly, you guys are doing some inspecting, and dusk is going up.
Yes, particularly, I don't want to necessarily move a lot closer because I don't want to get too far away from the safety of these two strong women that don't need no bug. But
Don't need no
I
bug.
would like to try and see if I could, because it looks, at least from the visual that I have here, like it might be kind of like over a hill, like down in a depression. So if I could kind of fly up to better line of sight.
You certainly can do that. I mean, you have wings. You can fly.
Mine's the trees.
You go up. Well, I'm going to ask you for the good old perception roll, which I believe is instinct. But at the same time, while you're making that roll, tell me what you're looking for.
So mainly because I know that there are like runic traps or alarms or whatever you want to call them this way. I want to see if that is where this glow is coming from, like a tripped trap kind of a situation, and see if there's any perceivable threat that I can see that would have caused this problem or tripped this trap, so to speak.
That's fine. Okay. Give me that instinct roll.
You said instinct.
There's a lot of instinct rolls because there's a lot of investigation. So that is
Fair.
a 21.
Not a fan of giving you more fear, though.
Like that stew. Delicious. You
Delicious.
go up and you get a look around. 21's a good roll. There's a bunch of things that you notice. You notice that except on the bare edge of the ring that you just left, I guess, the line, the ground isn't wet. Doesn't look like it's been rained on at all, you can tell. You go up. The woods are on the dense side. You can still see the glow on the other side of that strange color pulsing. You're looking for what would be tripped traps, something like that. You got the idea that they were set up like perhaps in a line to catch or stop a line of fog. You don't see that. You feel like you are getting the lay of the land very well with that roll. 21's a high roll. And you feel like if it was there, you would probably see that, and you are not seeing anything that looks like that. You are seeing one concentrated area with a glow to it. And a wood line that you can't really see too far into. The more you look, it looks like kind of purple, But then when you look closer, it's like kind of like the colors kind of shifting, kind of weird, kind of you're not really sure how to properly identify it at its source.
It is like pulsing though, right? Like it doesn't
is.
look like a it doesn't look like necessarily. Does it look like a fire burning, like flickering, or is it like a thrumming, repetitive pulse kind of a thing?
You just got a 21 with fear. And that narratively gives me a very good way to tell you this. You watch. And you watch the on the screen as well. It does this. It goes up, down, up, down. Up, down, down. With a 21, you have a very unnerving feeling that it might be similar to a very despondent, irregular heartbeat.
Don't like that.
And that's what a 21 with fear gets you. I love this game and how it works.
So I will fly back down. I will stay flying, but like a foot off the ground, so I'm closer to head height with the ladies.
It doesn't. I don't think it's a triggered rune, but it does have the same sort of like cadence feeling of. It makes me feel like it's like a heartbeat. I don't know what it is though. I can't really tell.
Is there a source?
Not that I could see from here, and I really don't want to go in there alone if possible.
I mean, I certainly don't think you should go alone, but I'm happy to go take a look. Do you want to go with me? Do we want to go all together?
Oh, actually, could I borrow one of your swords quickly? Or a small knife or something that I could use?
I have a question for the DM.
Sure.
So when we made this a character, we gave her
Uh-huh.
2 swords.
We did.
And then we read the rules
Uh-huh.
and learned that there was a better way to create the character that I wanted. So I have a 3rd sword in my inventory.
Don't worry about it.
Well, is it technically a 3rd spare sword that I could then loan to the...
I'm gonna
Just
say
man
that's
up.
really stupid, and yes. What is the?
No, because
It's funny,
because
and I'm just
there's a
gonna give it
definitely
to. I'm just
carries
gonna give it to
extra.
him. So I'm just gonna drag and drop it into his fucking inventory because it's funny as hell. What kind of weapon is your spare sword?
It's a broadsword.
The spare sword is a broadsword.
There's no way I can carry
Right.
that.
Yeah, because I single hand wield a long sword, and so the broadsword became unnecessary.
It's stupid, and you're getting it.
But okay, I mean that would be the spare sword if it makes more sense in the system for me to then be like,
Stop
I'll
trying to make
wield-
sense of things. You are.
No, that's for
Plus
spare.
one.
The secondary
There,
weapon
is it
is
there?
necessary for
It's
rowing
there.
the
It's in Dusk Sheet now. Closing out now.
I mean,
Okay. Yeah, no, of course. I
got a
always have an
spare
extra
sword.
sword in case something happens to one of mine. Here, and she'll reach into her bag and provide you a full broadsword in good
The-
condition.
There's shenanigans and nonsense.
Okay, I just wanted to sharpen my stick, but thanks.
Very fun. While this silly handoff is
I
going,
have a sharpening stone.
did you want to sharpen your stick real quick?
I feel that's a better option than this. I don't even know if I can lift this.
Shay,
You look powerful.
give me your stick.
I do feel powerful. Is this what it feels like to be you?
well, this is mine, and she'll pull her long sword, and then hold it next to you. Be like, you want to try this one?
Shay pulls out her dagger.
I bet
yeah,
you really
that.
know how to use that one.
That's
Starts
that's
whittling.
more my speed.
Let me, yeah. She's gonna.
That's like the equivalent of a sword for me. So
So, it would actually not give you any mechanical disadvantages to wield something of a different size, which is fun. So, you guys can just do that. But, so I'm gonna say, is Shay, like, working on, like, sharpening the end of his stick? Is that what that was for? So, since that's happening, Ursa. Wonderful. I love that your character, and it's never your character, but your character is the chuckle fuck of this group. Give me an instinct roll, real fast.
Me an instinct roll?
You an instinct roll. For perceiving things. Because they're taking care of this, and you have a minute, and you're a warrior. You're not really ever not paying attention unless you're hyper-focused on something.
Should I mean, just roll it.
Okay. A 9. With the
Okay, does my survival experience matter?
So to use an experience, I will let you retroactively do this if you want. So normally before you make a roll, you will say, I want to use my experience. It costs a hope to do it, and you get a +2 to the roll. Would you like to?
No.
Okay.
We spend a hope on this.
I'm not spending a hope on this. Great. I enjoy that you're not really putting a lot of thing into this. So you are looking around, and this is happening. And you recognize this a few moments before everybody else does. You feel the temperature kind of drop. And there's this weird little thing that happens. You know when you get a smell that is like completely recognizable? And it just... But it's from like home and like something that is absolutely like so locked into your being that you notice it immediately. 9, not particularly great roll, but you notice immediately that normal for you smell of like the first winter's snow, that little bit of frost, right? You know that smell.
Yeah.
You know that smell by heart. And you blink, and everybody else would eventually blink. And the place that you are standing is suddenly very, very different. Like that.
Huh. I don't think I want to go in the woods anymore. It changes the weather. That lady said she could do a ritual that would take like a week to make to change the weather.
This was done in seconds.
I don't know a lot about magic, but I think I want my sword back.
Dusk, what's your casting stat? Whatever that stat is, roll that. As a check.
Beep, bop, beep. Boop.
Take your hope. It's a 12. You immediately know this is not a spell that changed the weather, because you see signs around you that the weather's always been this way. You see, because it's not like snow just fell all of a sudden. Snow's here. It's piled up on the fence post and on the rocks over there. You look at the ground behind you, and you see 2 female, normal-sized footprints and your little bug footprints in the snow, right where you would have walked. Like you had
I
walked out
don't.
into this and it had been like this the whole time. The weather has definitely not changed, but everything else has.
Yeah, I don't think the weather changed. I think it was always this way. I mean, look, there's our feet prints right there. We stepped in this when we walked out. But I don't remember this.
Shay is checking her boots for like mud from like the rain deluge area.
You lift your foot up and look down, expecting to see mud. It's caked with snow.
I think my head hurts.
And Shay, you are very specifically, so two things. One, Shay, you're very specifically, like, you're not feeling anything. Dusk, you are very specifically keeping an eye out for anti-magic fields, things like that. You look down at your hands. You try to summon your power. Functions just fine. Everything is normal. Everything feels normal.
Aside from this not being what we all think we were just seeing, this is not abnormal?
Out of curiosity, just entertain me with this.
Your mic is off.
No, it is not.
No, there it goes. You might have to talk louder because of the AC.
Yeah. Can I see that tooth that you have in your bag?
Can you see the tooth that you have in your bag?
I don't want to talk about the tooth anymore. I don't want to talk about it.
It's just a little thought.
Okay. What are you trying to do with it?
Dusk will produce the tooth.
I'm just checking the little
Are there any-
cloth along, see if there's any other change, like
Fair. You
considering the type of creature it might have from.
You take it out and you look at it. And to your inspection, it is exactly as it was before. The item that he's kept in his bag apparently has not been altered or changed or anything. It's exactly the same.
I mean, I don't know how that would be. I mean, it is a little cold sometimes, but like, this is
The line of frost isn't like more at all anything.
Nope. So you're standing here for several moments in the snow, suddenly concerned. You glance around. You don't see...
No glow?
There's still that vague sense from that way, but no glow. You don't see any creatures approaching to destroy you, no monsters, no scary oogie boogies.
If I turn around where there was like the curtain of water that was falling from the rain, is that now snow? Did it change to snow?
You turn around and you don't see that line of anything. There's a village back that way, several hundred meters away, because you did some walking to get this far out. Covered in snow, thatched roofs, tiny little column of smoke coming up from presumably campfire or stove or something to keep the community warm.
Now, I'll be the first to admit my perception of time isn't great, but is it possible we've just been here a really long time and I didn't realize it?
No. Unless there's like something magical happening, and
I
then
don't
maybe.
feel that.
Then no? Probably no. I would at least notice if time had passed, unless magic happened, but magic didn't happen, so it must be no. That's the logical answer. You can trust me, I'm good at logic.
You can trust me, I'm good at logic. Dusk, you feel another weird feeling in your gut. Like you just stepped through that line again.
Ugh.
You blink.
Don't think.
You look up. And it was winter a second ago. For some reason, it seems to be autumn now.
I don't think I should have eaten that stew.
Can make her out on the microphone. She's barely
You're quiet.
yours.
Just more or less saying in a person here.
Fair.
So every time it hits, it does it like wash over me like a wave going over me?
It's a very weird experience. You feel it in your gut. About a heartbeat before it happens. And then it's never like you as a creature still have eyelids and things that close to blink. The next time you blink your eyes, it's different. And you do suddenly realize that the temperature is absolutely warmer, but your body isn't going through the whole process that it would be if, like, you were in the cold and then you stepped into a warmer place. It's just like you were just warm. But your brain takes a second to catch up, as if there's this weird disconnect between what your body is experiencing and what your brain knows is happening.
The only thing that I can... It feels weird, but it's not... I don't think we're actually, like, moving through time. It kind of feels like it brushes over me slightly, but... It's when I close my eyes and blink and it goes and switches.
So don't blink anymore, and it'll stay?
Said the done.
I'm gonna say, for
I'll
fun,
do my best.
you
We can put a blindfold on you.
you do your best, and you think about doing exactly that. How long can you keep your eyes open? And you're thinking about it, and then that weird feeling comes in your stomach again. Feels kind of like how that sounds. And you really try. You really, really try. But...
It's like the harder I try, the worse my eyes feel.
And then eventually it gets to the point where you just have to. You're maybe the last one. But when you look around, those woods are still there. But there seems to be... where you were walking through a forest before, everything except those woods is sand dunes. Like you are now in a desert. And you look off in the distance. You can see all the way to the end of the horizon. All of the things that were in the way aren't there anymore. No trees. You look back. They're not thatched roofs, but there's a village round about the distance that it should have been, made with like those like kind of like those Spanish like adobo bricks.
The only thing that is consistent is that place. Those woods never change.
Well, I can't kill anything out here.
Do we still kind of see the glow?
Yes, you in fact do. The glow, that weird color. Still there.
How close is the
I think-
nearest? How close is the nearest tree in that little?
How close is the nearest path? It's like 20-some feet away. I mean, it's not terribly far away. I would say, do some little quick math here. You could probably move up to it pretty easily.
She's gonna take out her bow and pick out a spot on the tree.
So,
Shoot it.
okay. Okay, now I'm gonna try something.
Can you hear me now?
Yep.
Okay. So she's gonna take out her bow. She's gonna pick a spot on one of the closest trees. Shoot it.
All right. So for that, I'm actually going to say we might as well just have you do an attack roll.
Okay.
Yep. So whatever your bow is, go ahead and roll that. So a 3. That is... Oh, that's the damage.
Damage.
Yeah.
Be roll.
The other
I was
button.
gonna say, doesn't that count as a crit because it's a double?
Yeah. So that's actually really good. So it's a 21 with hope. So take your hope. You got a hope. I'm going to say a damage roll isn't particularly needed here, so you don't have to worry about that low roll. So Shay takes a moment. You line up round about where you're aiming for that glow,
Mm-hmm.
and you fire. It dips off into the woods. You think you got a pretty good shot. The elven heritage really showing its form right now. You see as the arrow passes through the air, there's like a little shimmer, and then a little shimmer as it keeps going in and in and in. And you hear like there's like a thwack noise, like you've fired a bow into a tree before.
Mm-hmm.
So you know the sound of what it should be like hitting wood. It hits, and then pretty much all at once, with all this weird changing environment, the temperature once again becomes more temperate, but this smell hits your nose that nobody except maybe Dusk, probably not, is familiar with. It's acrid. It's, let's say caustic.
Sounds like elder bug.
It smells like it. Honestly, Shay would probably have the greatest sense in this because you are an alchemist. It is absolutely acidic and toxic. And since it was a roll with hope, a little bit of insight feels like if whatever is doing this is sentient, it now perhaps feels threatened by you. Because that was a good roll, and you did roll with hope.
It smells kind of angry out here now.
Are those like little rivers of, like streams of green?
Mm-hmm.
Or is it just marks on the ground?
It feels like a very thin, like a creek.
Hmm.
So not like a running river or anything, but it's still.
Maybe you should apologize for shooting it. Am I not a mod anymore, Todd?
I have no idea.
I can't ban this bot. It's just the only reason it matters, but you should.
Absolutely. Yep.
Yep.
I don't know. I can't think beyond. Is this? Oh, no, that's a
Bye-bye.
warning.
Bye-bye.
I found it.
It's gone.
There we go.
Too late. Thanks.
Yep.
Um,
Fuck that guy. Fuck you, bot.
yeah. That exactly. Sorry, I couldn't, and not in my chat. I won't tolerate this for even a moment. Apparently, but I forgot how to ban, so I couldn't do it.
It's okay.
Maybe you should apologize for shooting it and see if it goes back to winter. I liked the winter. I don't mind the snow.
We're gonna have to see if it's friendly first.
Ooh, okay, so
I can go over and
Mizui.
see.
Yeah.
Mizui, you said words. Give me a presence roll. Normally, in other games, this was a strong suit. But you're an
Great.
orc. You're an orc now.
Yeah.
That's a 15 with hope.
Yeah, it is.
Not
I knew
bad.
that'd be how that went.
You say those words. Maybe you should apologize that I like the winter. It shifts back. And the cold is there. And with that, you see roundabout where that glow should be. There's this little... Well, it's not that little. Flickering fire. Actual flame. And it slowly seems to be approaching.
Approaching. See, I love the snow. It's great weather. She'll just like be pointing over there, like, oh, what do we do?
I love when things don't attack us and make it nice and warm and sunny.
The thing walking closer doesn't appear to react. And then there's a flame, and there's some like weird brown under it. And then Yrsa gets this feeling that is completely unmagical, really, really low in her stomach. A sense of, oh no, I recognize something. Because walking out of this woods of ice and snow is a very clear shape that she has seen before of an ursine figure that is crackling with fire. It's a bear. There's these weird protrusions from its back, kind of like a dire bear would have, but longer, and this little almost halo over its head. It seems to walk out of the woods on all fours and then turn all at once and look at Yrsa directly. and then it stands up on its back 2 legs like bears often do. And on its chest, as I click the button, there's a big gaping cavity that is a very, very familiar sight to her. Something that she saw long ago that is deeply unpleasant.
Having already drawn one sword to show off with earlier, she'll draw her second and hold them up towards this creature and say, "Hey guys, I think we don't want to be here anymore. I don't want to be here anymore. Do you know what that is?"
Do we all see that? Do we see
You
the same thing?
are not... It seems that yours is not experiencing some illusion. You see it as well. Completely. It is not a personalized nightmare that only she can see. It's there.
That doesn't look friendly.
They don't tend to be, no, not usually. Hard to kill.
So you've met one of these before.
Sometimes. Once. Sort of.
While you guys are talking, it's just staring daggers at her.
It's kind of a big deal. Not really a good time to get into it, though.
So this bear is on fire.
Mm,
Is that correct?
yep, it is a flame.
Is it affecting the snow around it?
Yep. You see it melting a little bit around it.
It's
What the? What?
this.
I'm gonna say that series of what the is punctuated with the sound of a bear roaring. It falls back to all fours and it runs directly at Yrsa, which changes the music from this to this. I'm gonna give the spotlight to the players first. What are you doing about it?
Shay's drawn another arrow.
Fantastic.
I hold up my staff and I will blast with magic.
It is not there yet, so yeah, firing is perfectly fine. Give me that attack roll. That is a 12 with hope, so take your hope. But we can't all attack.
Yeah, sorry.
That's fine. That's did it first. So that is 12. He is a
Is
miss.
this what happened to my friend?
You don't know. Could be.
Okay, it looks like
be.
it. Okay.
Oh
The 12 is a miss. I'm going to say, you guys kind of just for flavor, I'm going to say, because Shay wanted to ready and shoot, you can't attack at the same time unless you're doing a tag team. That's actually a good question. Does any of you two have 3 hope that you could retroactively burn as a tag team move to both shoot? If you want to. You don't have to.
I do not.
No.
I have the hope, but I wouldn't use it. This is more of a reflective blast.
I'm going to say for the effect of it, you guys just fire quickly at it, and it seems like the hits don't land. Because mechanically we're going off Dusk's attack roll here.
Do I get the sense from almost hitting it that it was close?
It was close to hitting it? Right over its shoulder. Close.
Okay, never mind. Okay. I don't want to start stressing myself out too much yet.
If you guys want to fight it, I'm down, but it's gonna have to get real close to me before I can hit it back.
As a point, it is directly charging you at full bear speed, which is faster than anyone would ever possibly like. And because I have
my swords up.
You have your swords out, you're ready to go, but you're staring this thing down, and it is truly a thing from your nightmare.
I'm hoping it'll disappear. I'm hoping it'll get really close and go, whoof! Oh, I imagined it.
So I'm gonna spend a stress for this. and it is going to try to do a revenant to you. So, this will be against your evasion. But does a 12 hit you? Your evasion score should be close to the top of your character sheet.
If I have an ability that affects my evasion, do I add that before I
Depends, what's the
read
ability?
number?
Probably, yeah.
I'm untouchable. My evasion, or a bonus to my evasion equal to half my agility.
What is your evasion score? It probably already adds that.
12.
So, yeah. Let me look at your character sheet. I don't want to take something away from you that you have rightfully earned. Let me look at it.
Yeah, I don't know how. Yeah, I don't
Usually
know.
it calculates this stuff
Oh, if
already.
I click on it, plus 11 from class, plus 1 from untouchable. No, it's 12, so 12 hits.
So 12 hits you anyways. Okay, so great. You see this thing coming, and you're a warrior. You almost juke out of the way. You go to one side and then you go to the other, and the thing tracks you almost perfectly. So it barrels into this orc, and you both see the warrior of your party pushed over onto her back. You are taking... How much damage this is? That's 15 damage. Which will be into one of your thresholds. That'll be either 1, 2, or 3 hit points worth. That you are able to reduce with armor, depending on. So, where does that put you? What is your thresholds?
15 it is severe.
Severe. So, if you like, you can reduce or mark an armor slot to reduce that down. And if you have any more abilities that reduce that further, you can do that.
Okay.
So, you won't be taking 3 hit points if you choose to mark the armor. You can choose to not and just take the damage if you want to, but probably wouldn't want to.
No, I will use an armor point here.
So that will be 2 hit points that are marked. And you are currently restrained.
Okay.
And because this fucking thing has an ability called Momentum, whenever this adversary makes a successful attack against a PC, you gain a fear. And that's the turn. The spotlight goes back to the players. What are you fuckers doing? Now remember, if you make a roll and it either fails or is with fear, that ends the player's turn. If you guys keep succeeding with hope, you guys can just keep rolling forever. So talk over what you're going to do. You are allowed to strategize.
What does it mean that... so I'm grappled? Is that the technical...
You are
here?
restrained. And what restrained means is you cannot move until this condition is cleared, but you can still take actions from your current position. So let's say you just wanted to attack it. You still can. No minuses or anything to it. You just can't move away, which is a very bad spot for Earson right now.
Sure, yeah. I mean, I've got both my swords. I am in a good position to attack at its tender underbelly. There just doesn't seem to be much tender left to it.
Truth.
So, I could do that, but if you guys have better ideas, I'm open to hearing them.
What was Shay going to do?
I was wondering if Shay's attack roll didn't count.
Correct.
Right? Okay.
Yep.
I'm gonna mark this one for death, but I would have to have an excessive attack roll. I'm gonna take another shot, bear.
Okay. You're taking the turn. It is an 18 with hope. Take your hope. And so, yeah, you definitely hit. So, what does marked for death do again?
On a successful weapon attack, you can mark a stress to make the target marked for death. Attacks you make against the target that's marked for death gain a bonus to damage equal to 1d4 per tier.
That's pretty cool. And then once you've done that, roll your damage. And since it is marked for death, I will allow it to be added to the first attack roll here. So, roll your damage, and then we'll add a d4.
I think it does, because I did hit the...
I love this character sheet. It's so cool.
15?
Well, fuck-a-do. That's a whole lot. Great. So that was a crossbow attack.
Yes.
So you get bowled over by this thing, and its mouth is chomped on you into your armor, so it's not as bad as it could have been. And it's trying to literally shake you around on the snow like a literal bear that has fallen upon a deer. You are not used to being the prey animal, and this is not a fun spot for you. But, a crossbow bolt sinks into the thing's sides, and its mouth opens because it makes a pained roaring noise. That was a roll with hope and a success. So you guys still have the spotlight. If Irsa wants to try and cut loose an attack, you can.
Can I try and cut my way inside of it to see if I can get to the other side before it can move far enough away to escape? Or is that, like...
You can try.
Too
Let's
much.
see what happens.
That's what I'd like to
taunting
do.
it?
So here's what's happening. You are going to roll the dice for an attack roll. And if the results are good, then we can see what happens.
This one.
An 11?
That's so low. What in the world?
It is pretty low.
Not good.
You can't quite get your swords. Do you have
hold
anything
on.
you can do here?
I think I do have a thing I can do here, but I have to read my rules.
Read them out
If you make
loud.
an attack roll or damage roll, you can spend any numbers of Slayer dice, rolling them and adding the result to the roll.
Okay.
So the last time I rolled, instead of taking hope, I took a Slayer dice, which is how that works. And so I think I'd like to spend that
Okay.
now. So I'm going to spend...
Slayer dice are pretty cool, actually.
They are. So I rolled this as part of my attack roll.
Plus 4. That brings you to a 15.
Yeah, does the 15 hit?
The 15 does hit. Look at you using your mechanics. It's pretty good.
So, yeah, that's what she's gonna try and, it's got like a big gaping hole in its chest. She's gonna just try and widen that enough to get in it and start cutting her way to the other side.
Roll the damage. Let's see what we're doing.
Yeah, that one, this button here. A 1.
7.
That's so sad.
More Slayer dice for that?
No, I can only Slayer dice once per
Once
session
per turn.
currently.
So 7 damage. So, I have good news for you.
Yeah.
So, how would you say you attack this thing? Just like jam your weapons up into its thing and just start trying to like slice?
So my idea is that she was kind of like ready to fight it, and it took hold of her arm, and so if she got knocked onto the ground, she's going to use that other one and get the sword up inside of him to try and cut through to the other side.
You start stabbing, and there's a point where you're just stabbing with wild abandon, trying to do whatever you can. I'm going to say that the addition of your Slayer dice is just your like orcish warrior instincts kicking in, and you're not really thinking, you're just doing. And you feel something with that offhand weapon hit something that doesn't feel like the inside of a rib cage. It feels like important, a core, something like that, maybe a heart. You're not sure. You stab in, and feel it, and then you know to take the opportunity. You stab in and twist, and then all of a sudden the jaws really aren't on your arm anymore. It kind of evaporates from on top of you in this thing that is like, it slowly billows away into capital F fog. And you're left there with your sword up and your arm in front of you, just like a little freaked out, but mostly still intact.
Once it's fully gone and the last of its little fog traces have disappeared, still holding her sword, she'll sit up and look around and say, "Is there any fog in my wound? Can one of you check?"
You set up.
Yeah, I
is,
can,
is there
I'll
any
lift-
fog?
Sorry. I didn't mean it.
You know, let's, I'm going to say, let's take this a step further here. Let's give you guys a better perspective of what's actually
Oh
occurring.
no. Oh no.
Lovely.
It's been a while since I've had the opportunity to use dynamic lighting.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Can you all see
Are you
things?
looking? Can you look?
So is everybody able to see the map? Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
Good, because sometimes
Yes.
the vision thing with this will get in a goofy sort of way. So, is it there? It's still good. I'm still appearing my. You're not good. Okay, good. So I can kind of follow this around mid-screen. My goodness. So, you are at the edge of a spooky woods. Which you can kind of see a little bit into.
Is this where the bear came from?
Yup.
I added a thing because I'm still flying a little bit.
You and your GM knowledge. Yes. We've run these things before. Okay.
Yep.
You're at the edge of the wood.
Yep.
Cat behaving badly.
What are the chances that there are more of those in there?
None, I hope. I don't want to do that again. Those things are scary. You ever done that before? Those bears are awful.
Well, the first one that I've seen, and I imagine that they wouldn't have like a big gaping hole normally.
No, normally not. No. No, this was not a normal bear, but I mean, normal bears are scary too. Especially these kind. Fog touched.
There's a little. Let's see if this works. I've been working on effects for you guys. This one's. I had to break out a lot of my tricks. There is another feeling, dusk, in your gut. And you blink again.
Oh,
Oh.
This is actionable, at least. Do we just follow it while we can?
yes, I think that's probably for the best.
At a
I
run.
mean, not the best, but
May I ask how the bloodstains look? Does it look like something was dragged into the woods?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Your analysis of how this map looks is accurate.
Mm-hmm.
I said I've been working
going
on
to
stuff for you guys.
I'm going to cautiously fly up to the entrance here. I'm just letting you know before I move up.
Okay. Good to know. Good to know.
Okay. Yeah. Ursa has suggested the same thing, so if he starts moving, she will as well.
You can kind of see a bit in here. How do I make this work?
I'll be in front of the little squishy. Although you're up in the air, so not too far ahead of you.
Yeah, I would say that I'm like 10 feet off the ground, so probably just above your head. Not super far away, high up, because I don't want to get like picked out of the sky, but I also don't want to be touching the ground.
Mm-hmm.
The woods, as expected, are quite creepy. There's a... It's... You've been assaulted with a lot of sights and smells. These feel a lot more temperate. There is, of course, that coppery scent in the air. The trees look a little more, let's say, temperate climate. A little more like an evergreen wood. That kind of thing. Maybe a little fall. Just after summer's gone through.
I'm gonna fly up a little more to where the blood is thickest right here.
Alright. Move on up. You can kind of see around a bit.
There's some branching paths, but I
Following.
don't know where to go.
I don't like the looks of any of it.
Where's the blood leading us?
Into this like tangled, viney, webby area, and I don't want to go over there.
I can move closer to it without actually touching it, because I'm not on the ground.
You're not on the ground. Isn't that convenient?
I don't know if I
I
feel
don't
so
like the
good
way you
about
said
that
that.
either.
Shay is looking up into the trees.
Somebody that looks up.
Uh-huh.
Rare in a horror film. Give me a... what's that fucking called again? An instinct roll, but give yourself advantage on that. A 19 with hope. The advantage only gave you +1, but that's definitely a boost. You look up into the tree line. There are a bit more trees than are actually really shown on this piece of art. This fantastic piece of art, by the way. Shepeku Maps is the best. Making this little adventure actually possible with all of the variations on each individual map. By the way, if you want variations on a map, that's where you go. It's worth the money. More importantly, Shay looks... Yursa is fucking scared. And you guys have not really seen this warrior as anything except like full-blown like golden retriever battle happy before. She's unnerved now. Dusk, really into the mechanics of the magic. Shay looks up. At that point, Shay does feel a weird little itchy sensation. You do feel a little pull on the injury that you have. Dusk. I'm going to say this is just going to be no hope or fear. Just give me a reaction roll of what you would be, whatever be your casting stat. Because there's a good chance you'll pick this up, but not if you suck. Do you suck? Yeah. There's a reason you picked this up after Shay. You definitely sense magic. Immediate, all of a sudden. You all look up and see the same thing Shay does, which is this spherical object that is kind of swirling and pulsing. It doesn't seem... Shay's first instinct with a 19 is it doesn't seem like sapient or like a creature so much. It's your first immediate thought when you see this is something like a natural disaster, like a piece of the world functioning off. You see this odd color that you can't describe, and you can tell there's a little bit of fog in it that is like twisting and moving inside the sphere. I would say this thing is probably like, you guys have seen me in real life, it's probably about this big around as like a ball would be. So it's like bigger than a basketball, maybe double the size of a basketball.
Beach ball.
Yeah, a beach ball would be a good size for that, yeah. And there's little colors coming off of it, and this is definitely the thing that you saw from outside. And for the sake of funsies, let me see if it lets me do this. Will you let me do this? This layer? No. No. Yes.
Tell it who's boss.
Right there.
Oh, I don't like that.
You see the thing. Right there.
I don't know what that is.
I think we
But
should
I'm in-
speak very kindly about it.
You definitely detect
I'm-
magic.
Fascinated by it.
This is single-handedly, if you are a person who is a study of magic and magical things, this is the weirdest and craziest magical thing that you have encountered in your long, long, long life.
How close can I get to it? Because I want to poke it.
I don't know. How close
Like
can you
in a
get to it?
non-threatening way.
I don't think it's gonna take poking in anything but a wrong way.
I want to touch it. I'm like a bug going towards a bug zapper is what's happening.
I don't know if you should touch it.
You want to touch it.
But
Okay.
I feel like I should touch it.
Harry, don't go into the light. I can't help it. Psst.
You going up to it?
Yes, I'm going to go up to it.
This one is not a reaction roll. Whatever your casting roll is, do it. A lot of instinct rolls tonight, but then again, this is a lot of investigation instead of a lot of combat. A 14, that's a good total. With fear. That makes this really, really good. Thanks for that.
Yeah.
Let's see what I can do here.
But before we get into that, could I request a brief break? I've got to run and tend to something quick.
Oh no, that's actually a great time for a break. Usually we don't do 2 breaks in a row,
Sorry.
but we are
Yeah.
really, really okay with it. This is going to be fun. So yeah, I'm going to mute us. We're going to go on break and we'll deal with it. Be
Okay,
right back.
apologies. Thank
You're
you.
good.
Bye.
unmuting myself. I'm unmuting you guys. Where was I? 3-player. That's it.
You can't silence me.
I'm sorry, I
you,
tried.
Rarely.
Why would I silence you? All right, we're in the middle of some shit here. All right, Dusk wanted to touch it.
That's
I want
right.
to touch. I want
Did
to
you make
touch
your
the
roll already?
shiny.
You made a 14 with fear. That's right.
Yeah.
Dusk, don't you dare touch that ball.
I'm gonna touch the ball.
Gonna touch the ball. Gonna touch it. You touch the ball. Well, you feel like you touch it. You like put your hand out towards it, and you feel the weird magical nature of it mingling with the magical nature of, well, you. And there's a moment of connection. And you feel a moment of something. So a 14 is a pretty good roll, and it's with fear. So a couple of things are going on. I'm going to give you the good stuff first. You are a what would probably be, out of all characters in this Darklands experience, probably the closest thing to an arcane adept as we have. That is your field. You feel literally get to start, like, if your goal is to solve the fucking mystery here, you're definitely getting a feel of it in doing this act. You mingle with it just a little bit to get the vibe. Whatever you're feeling feels like this is absolutely an experiment kind of gone wrong. It feels like you as a human being are familiar with the concept of like black holes. Mm-hmm. And essentially a gravity well that sucks things into it. And there has to be a very specific set of circumstances that cause that particular weird phenomena. You are witnessing something that is kind of like that. You feel really strongly with a 14 that whatever wards were set up here, when they came in contact with the fog, because you can detect fog in there. You've been in a fog zone before. Instead of the anti-magic dispelling the fog or reduce, like, its properties being cast out as the experiment was intended, it did whatever this is instead. It seemed like it absorbed it and created some weird anomaly that you really don't understand. And you feel its nature shifting and moving and changing. You are, it doesn't occur very much in this world, but you are familiar, at least, being from the Feywild. Ooh, hey, there's our lights flickering because of the wind. Good, it's Friday the 13th. You are familiar with the concept of wild magic or uncontrolled chaos-ish magic. That's what you're getting. This, you do feel like you understand the nature of this very well. It's not quite a fog monster at all. It's affected by and a byproduct of, but not necessarily a hostile creature in and of itself. There's the good. That roll happened with fear. You reach out and commingled with it. It returns the favor.
Oh, good.
The world once again shifts a bit. It's very cold again, all of a sudden. There's a pulsing feeling. So that you are very close. I actually have to spend a fear to do this. And you, Dusk, because you are the only one that is in very close range when this pulse occurs, take
Mm-hmm.
this much damage.
Mm-hmm.
10 damage. And that's not all. So whatever you want to do. Also, this is considered direct damage, which means you are not using armor slots to reduce this.
Oh.
So whatever 10 is, that rolls over you and it just hurts, bypassing it. That's only for people in very close range. So I'm going to say that Shay and Irsa are not affected by this. My fear goes down by 1. You see Dusk. Under you, there is a figure that you kind of recognize a little bit. You've been talking this whole trip about something called Elderbug. An Elderbug typically has a kind of cloak, a very specific kind of cloak to denote rank. And you see a slew of your kin, various insectoid makes and models. Some of them are mantid like you, some of them are other insects, some of them are more waspish, some of them are more moth-like. There's a bunch. But they are all gathered around a figure that contains features of both human and elf. No pointed ears, but the features are very, very sharp. Female. A blue gown. Beautiful. White hair that comes down very far. Looking down directly to this Elderbug with a pair of eyes that are very, very similar to the eyeballs of this goblin that has been going around. Green. Forest green with slitted pupils, looking down to this Elderbug and speaking. Do you remember where that tooth came from? It is the duty of you and your brood to assist Oakheart. If that means you never see home again, then so be it. If that means you die by the score, so be it. You were born to serve. You were born for this. And to be cast to the winds at my will. There is a darkness in the heart of those lands, and you are to dig deep. You are to find if it is of use. If it is, bring it back. If it is not, discard it.
You guys see that?
You did, in fact, see that. And heard that. And then you don't take damage this time, but you're suddenly back. It pulses again. Kind of shaking. Unstable.
I will fly away from the very close range of it.
Okay. As long as you're not touching it, I'm going to say that's not very close range anymore.
This isn't necessarily evil or good or anything. It's just kind of here. I think this is what the druids set up. I think it's containing fog. I think it's captured it. And it is not mixing well.
Do you think that there's some way to contain it inside of a vessel of sort? Like a jar or a large gourd, perhaps.
I don't think you could contain it if it doesn't. I think it's having trouble containing it as it is.
Like reinforcements, you know? Like when you put a soft outside shell around your delicate jars and potions, and then you put them into a hard something else to help it not break, right? Could we like contain it in something to help it keep doing what it's already doing? Is it moving? Are you guys seeing it move?
Absolutely moving.
I don't know if I want to stand so close to it, and it moved close to me.
I don't recommend it. It's very painful.
You move out of close range, which is probably a good thing. If I could get this lined up properly. There we go. The pulse occurs again. Suddenly very foggy. This one...
I honestly...
Go ahead.
I honestly don't know if I think that the fog in it is affecting it, and they're mingling in a way that was unpredicted. I think this has something to do with the druids' magic, but I don't know much about their magic. I just know that this feels like it can't contain this, and it is reacting in an unforeseen way, like a variable that can't be accounted for.
In this case, everybody sees something else again. Against, let's say, this tree here. There is a little semicircle. All of a sudden, just blip, and they're there. A semicircle of green-robed figures. Different than the ones that you saw before. They had this very, like, deep, dark, mottled, like, olive. This is like forest green. Shay, you recognize this a little bit too well, especially because of the fact that against that tree is chained a young girl. A circle of green-robed figures around. Runes carved into the tree. The druid in the middle. Older, male. Clear as day. We offer this sacrifice to keep our lands clean of evil once more. It's all of the old words that you remember in a very, very bad way. And he says this as he walks forward, and a hand goes up.
No. Get away from her. Shay's gonna draw her bow.
You draw.
Take a shot at the man.
Great. Go ahead and make an attack roll. Because this is how this is going to go now. And this is excellent. I'm going to say, if you didn't, so we'll add it on. What does your marked for death do again?
I would have had to applied it.
Mm-hmm.
But it adds a Bonus to damage equal to 1d4 per tier.
Well, congratulations. Please remark marked for death, because you've successfully attacked an emanation of this creature before, and they all count as the same thing.
I would have to roll the 1d4 if I wanted to add the damage.
We haven't done the damage yet, so go ahead and mark
Okay.
it. And I'm going to say with that +1, you do hit. It is with fear, so I get a little fear. But, yeah. Go ahead and, 13 damage. That's a bunch.
Hang on.
Plus.
I have an ability where when I roll my damage dice, I can re-roll any 1s or 2s.
And there's a 1 in there.
There is. Is it a D4?
That is a D4. Yep. The little triangle guy.
That's right. Call Shop of Doom.
The
Much better.
1 becomes a 4 for a total of...
16.
16.
Well, fortunately, its severe threshold was a mere 14, so 1 more knocks it over to the big one. Which is pretty
Hell
good.
yeah.
So big damage there. Essentially how this goes is the emanation of the druid moving forward. Oh, fire. Is shattered. Good. This gets worse. It vanishes. And in its place, the orb, almost like teleports from where it was hanging above, like a horrible disco ball lighting all of this nonsense, to right where you shot, which you feel like was where it actually was in the first place. So you do damage to it. We
Do
are...
the circle disappear? Or are they still there?
The circle, the entire vision is vanished. The girl is gone. The circle of druids is gone. The knife-wielding lead druid is gone. And apparently was this floating ball the whole time. Its illusion shattered. We are fully in combat now. And that was a spotlight attack with fear, which means spotlight goes to this creature. Was any of that stuff that you did? No, it wasn't, because I know exactly what you did. Okay, cool. Fantastic. We're gonna say that was not within close range. You're doing some good stuff. You don't even know you're doing good stuff. All right. It is going to adjust to. It is going to actually mark one of its own hit points to do this. And Irsa and Dusk, I need you to both, because it shrinks a little bit, it eats away a little bit of its own life force and lets out a pulse. Shay is just, you know what? No, Shay's actually within range too. Yeah, it moved in close of all of you guys because it would have the ability to. So I'm going to adjust it just slightly to do that. And all 3 of you mark a stress from this sickening flux, and you are considered vulnerable until either you're next rest or you clear 1 hit point.
I'm going to... I have an ability for being warborn that I can do a brave face. So once per session, would this be an attack that causes me to mark a stress?
Let's say yes.
Can I spend a hope instead to not
If it says
suffer?
that, then yes. If it's an ability you have that allows you to do that, yes.
It just says once per session when attack would cause you to mark a stress, you can spend a hope instead.
That
So.
exactly sits in a place for you to do that. So yes, you can.
Perfect.
And that, unfortunately, is not actually a roll. So it is going to attempt to attack the person that attacked it. So Shay, this attack is coming at you against your evasion score, yes. So, click.
Ooh.
Oh, does a 23 hit?
No.
Yeah, no
Yes,
shit.
yes, it hits. So,
Is that crit? Can you crit, DM? How does it work?
monsters don't crit.
No, because you only roll one, because you can't ever.
I did roll a 20.
That's good. Yeah,
Did
no,
roll a 20. I forget, actually. I'm not sure if... Do adversaries crit? No. Adversaries, apparently. Oh, no. No. Here we go. Finding the rule, because it's a good question. I've never rolled a 20 before. Your adversaries can do whenever you roll a 20, that automatically succeeds. You critically. So you deal extra damage. Highest possible damage of the roll and add it. So what that's going to be is... So yeah, you're getting a big hit coming at you, but again, remember, you can only take away 3 HP max. So that's going to be... this is a... so 12. So... let's just say... wait. Plus that. It's going to be a bunch, but... 19 damage. Because of the crit. And you are fully able to use Armor Slash to reduce it down. So,
I also have an ability called Backup. When you take severe damage, I can mark a stress to reduce the severity by 1.
great. So, it can be done. A big blast comes at you and rolls over you.
So can I use an armor to mark that down another?
You are able to reduce that to just 1 hit point. Costs you 2 resources, but you can do it. She's a tough-ass bitch. So that is its turn. Now, you're getting all kinds of feeling of hostilities here. And I did that, so it goes that way. Okay. All right. Spotlight goes to the players. What are we doing?
I want to attack it, but I'm also going to fly away a little bit first.
Fly away a little bit. There's no such thing as attack of opportunity in this, unless you're a fighter.
Unless you're me.
Unless you're a warrior.
Then you stay there, and I'll blast it from a safer distance.
Great. So we all saw it, essentially, the figure get hit and it turned into the ball. We're all very aware of how this works now, yeah? Okay.
Yes, you are. Indeed,
Cool.
you are. All right, so that's 18
Its
with
intentions
fear.
are known.
Give him my feel back. 18 definitely hits. What are you doing?
Okay, so
Dual staff.
it's my pointy stick now.
20 stick.
I am doing a couple of things. So first I'm gonna roll my damage. Just that. Okay, but
Mm-hmm.
so I'm also going to manipulate magic because of my primal origin. So I can modify magic itself after I cast a spell or make an attack using a weapon that deals magic damage. I can mark a stress. Marking a stress. And I am doubling a damage die of my choice, and I'll be doubling that 6. So it is 15.
Okay. So here's what I'm going to do for you. So that would be 15 damage normally, which clearly gets it into... This is where I'm going to give a little bit of GM's license here, because there's a couple mechanics at play, but there's also story elements at play here, too. So, I'm going to give you the aw, but I'm going to bring you back up, okay? Here's how this goes. Normally, this is the part where I make you feel bad and say, congratulations, this enemy is resistant to magic. Which means it would normally be half damage. But you are specifically controlling magic itself. This thing is magic. And so what I'm going to do, and you've spent a stress to do that, so that would normally be 15 damage, right?
Correct.
What I'm going to say is, I'm going to give you the option. Either it can just be half of 15, or because you very specifically have control over magic itself, I'm going to say that you can feel that it's not working the way you want to, and you can try harder. I'm going to let you spend an additional stress, that'll be 2, to actually do the 15 damage. And it'll stick.
Yeah, I like that. Stress spent.
So it's kind of the equivalent of like you push and it doesn't work and you push harder, and if he had one he'd be getting a nosebleed, but it's doing what you want. Okay, so that's 15 damage. That's into its severe threshold.
That was the hope.
Okay. Great. Guess how many hit points it had left?
14.
I hope 3. Yeah.
Dusk. How do you want to do this?
I want it to pop like a little bubble, just very anticlimactically, just gone.
You shoot it with your staff. I'm going to say it's like a beam, because I want to give you your Dragon Ball beam battle. It hits it,
I like her being down.
and it like starts to like absorb it, but it's not exactly super anticlimactic, but it is in the vein of what you want. It tries to do it, and then you have your control over it. That, again, is similar to a black hole. You feel the core of this thing, and you twist the magic just right. Because you have a complete, you know magic inside and out. It's your soul. Something clicks, and the equivalent of its molecular composition, something does pop in the middle, and it just kind of like starts collapsing in on itself, and in a chain reaction, and it's just gone.
Well, I don't know that it's supposed to do that, but it seems gone.
And you see if this works. That puts you, yep, you're in the middle of nowhere, I know. Back in.
Thing's gone black.
It is gone black. It's fine.
I'm blind.
Fine.
Guys, I think I've lost my vision. It popped and I'm blind now.
And
I'm blind. I
change
can't
layer,
do
map
anything.
layer.
Void, and I'm still flying.
You guys, I was so scared that I lost my vision.
Everything, I will say that everything did kind of cycle through a bit, and it's just gone.
Oh, if you open your eyes, it's okay. I can see.
Oh, you have to open them. Oh.
And you're back in a woods that is still kind of creepy and has some weird glowing.
I'm gonna damn potion real quick.
Oh, yeah.
Ugh.
It's fine. And because we're actually kind of at the end of this, you can actually not even erase your stamina potion because it'll be refreshed. You're in the woods. They're a little on the creepy side, and there's a bit of glowing fauna, but nothing seems to be as out of sorts as it was before.
When aren't these woods creepy?
The woods are pretty much always creepy in the Darklands. And you can see off in the distance, Shay actually has the best shot to see because you're just barely in the woods. The village. Not raining anymore, but just as it was, thatched roofs.
Well,
Do we see any bodies in here?
There are, in fact. There is, against the tree that you almost saw a small child sacrificed upon, laying, let's say a middle-aged human. The big, long, Gandalfy druid beard, laying there, looking like he's been dead for a couple of weeks. And actually directly under dusk, laying against another tree, seems like an elven man. Dead, about the same. Both about in the same clothes, that love-colored robe. They came, and they didn't make it.
Do they have, like, a necklace or anything we could take back to the village?
I would say, yeah.
Some kind of trinket to mark their identities, I guess.
So, one of the things about the druid settlements, not necessarily Oakhart, the elven ones, but the druid settlements are one of the few places that still have a full worship going on of the moon goddess, one of the only gods that are left to be able to be contacted. And each of them have a little crescent moon pendant. So yes, short answer, yes. There's essentially a dog tag for you to take back.
If everybody's okay, I'm not particularly interested in finding out why the flora in this place seems to glow. But if either of you were, I guess we could take a look real quick before we head back.
I feel... Go ahead.
I was just wondering, did we ever run into that runestone or whatever? That wardstone?
I wouldn't know what a wardstone is if I saw one.
Dusk seemed to have discovered, it wasn't necessarily a stone that they had placed it in, it was just like a magical spell that they had put down in places. It didn't necessarily have like an origin point, it was kind of just like a ward on the ground drawn in magic that got scooped up.
I feel like at the very least that Eleven would be interested to see how what is apparently their wards reacted to the fog. They are conducting research. This is valuable for them, I'm sure.
Sure, yeah.
But I have no desire to stay here. This place is icky.
Icky. Indeed.
There could be more bears.
Could be.
Maybe not bears like that, but...
So you guys move on back. Out of the area. I'm gonna say you all head back to where you came from. To the village. You make your report. They're very grateful of the...
Is there more stew?
There is, in fact, more stew.
Okay.
You let them know what happened. You show them where the bodies are and inform them of what has occurred. They are very grateful And it seems like your job here is pretty much done. It was a strange one, but a little bit of a mission accomplished. Each one of you saw something in there. You all kind of knew that one of the things that the fog does is reach into you and find out what you were afraid of. But you also know in a weird little way it shows the truth. For Yrsa, it was the bear that she was terrified of, and it caught that and immediately brought it forth. Shay saw something irredeemable from her past. And Dusk may have uncovered a little bit more about what his whole brood is up to.
Yeah, can you send that to me?
I can, in fact.
I want a note. That's going in the notes.
How well is... I'm going to make a last roll of the night, just for fun. How well versed is Dusk in the stories that he came... in the place that he came from, the stories of the Feywild?
I would say that Dusk likely was very attentive during story time, but I had always kind of assumed that due to the nature of a lot of the history being oral, that there are
Degraded.
unreliable narrators and things of that nature. So I would say that whatever was told to Dusk, he would remember pretty intently. So if this is contradictory to that,
Let's find out if you know. Last roll. There's no hope or fear for this, obviously, because we're going to be resetting for next time anyways. But give me that instinct roll. The biggest roll we do here. 23 with hope.
Ooh.
You
Nice.
are absolutely certain, without a shadow of a doubt, as the player probably assumed already, you absolutely did see a vision of your elder being directly spoken to and threatened by, in a term, Queen Mab.
Yeah. Nah, I knew that. I knew it when he said it.
Mm-hmm.
And I knew it before he said it.
We read the same books, it's a problem. But, yep, you're aware. And also, I have another thing of good news for you. Congratulations, you've all leveled up.
Ooh.
Nice.
That also means I get to throw tier 2 threats at you now. Don't get too excited.
Not nice.
I don't know about that. Yeah, no.
We will be adjusting for these a little bit, and there's a pretty easy thing of leveling up, but you have several things before we're going to go to the next one, so if you don't want to level up right now, perfectly fine. But the most important question tonight, was this fun? Was it a good Friday the 13th? Because technically we're done with Friday the 13th as of 15 minutes ago for me.
It was great.
Fantastic.
Good.
It
Was
was
it-
so scary that even Freya freaked out at the end.
Oh, good. Glad you guys had fun. So, that's it for this one. Thank you guys for playing. Thank you
Thank
for
you.
being my friends and letting me hike you through my favorite horror movies, which, by the way, you have wandered through both The Color Out of Space and Annihilation. If you have not seen
I
those
knew
films,
it was magenta.
I knew it was Annihilation. That was a fun little.
if you have not seen either of those movies and you like this game,
you should.
this is what you
definitely
should
watch
watch.
that.
The movies.
Would it have made your heart happy if I had seen that color and said, "Is that the color out of space?" Because I worked really hard not to.
That DVD is
That
in the next
I only
room.
saw it for the first time like 6 weeks ago.
It's a really weird, good movie, though. That was a top tier Nick Cage.
It's such a good Nick Cage
started
movie.
off as
true.
just like he's just such a good dad. To
Hot.
These
So-
are yeah. That's great.
I got a
was-
movie
that
reference,
was good.
guys.
You're
That's
growing as a
character
person.
development.
That's human character growth. Yeah.
You've also leveled up as a person.
Yeah.
I
All
love
right,
it.
we'll do the level up stuff later. But thank you guys. Thank you, viewers who have been watching. And yeah, if you're not watching now, I'm gonna upload this to YouTube tonight. So I will see you all later. Thank you again.